What is up, cultivators? We're back here with another CCGO, and today I'm here with
Rachel Roberts.
Rachel Roberts, can you tell the people about yourself, what it is you do, who you are, and all that fun stuff?
Yeah, I'm a guitarist and vocalist here in Houston for a couple of different projects. My main one is Pretty Vacant, and it's like a 3-piece classic rock inspired little setup. And then I do recently some solo stuff, which is more rock, but slightly laid back, Laurel Canyon influenced. And then I recently joined Quinn the Brain, which is like a grunge punk type thing.
So as an artist in all these bands, do you do one consistent thing throughout, or are you on different modes? Are you guitarist over here, singer over here? Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, a little bit of everything. In Pretty Vacant, I am the lead guitarist and then lead vocalist. In the solo stuff, I kind of do everything except for drums. So bass, guitar, vocals, keys, and then Quinn the Brain, bass.
So what would you say, or would you say that it's, as an artist, maybe taxing to have to jump around all these different instruments, or is this something that comes natural to you in your artistry?
I mean, I would say that it definitely comes natural. It can be a little tiring. I know I get stage fright, so that is like my biggest fear factor, which I could say kind of exhausts me sometimes. But once you get up there and you start doing it, get it like a few songs in, and then it's more natural. It's fun.
I got you. So speaking of stage fright, I know there's a lot of people who are aspiring artists who are artists who struggle with stage fright. You know, sometimes I have to get on stage and I get stage fright, and everyone has their different ways, and some people might need some new ideas for how to get over their stage fright. So is there any advice you can give to those people?
That's a tough one. I mean, I think what I do, what has always worked for me is I don't say anything to the audience until after 2 songs. Then I will say, hey, how's everyone doing tonight? But if I try to do that before those 2 songs, it's not going to happen. But I feel like if you just kind of let yourself have fun, get through like the first few minutes, then just kind of let that other stage personality take over. And I don't know, pretend you're playing at home. That's kind of what I do.
Got you. So how many songs on average is your set? And does it vary on different locations, or is there like a set number you like to do when you do your performance?
Yeah, usually about like 9, 10. So, I mean, and it's usually all original. So as long as like we're, conscious of how long each song is, it's usually we don't go past 10.
Okay. And have you ever gone past 10 or gone under 10 for any reason and found that it was kind of like the flow wasn't right? Because I'm curious, like that 9 to 10 number, there had to have been like a realization that this is my kind of flow, my style. This works for me. Do you get like tired or?
I would definitely say around song 8 to 9, I know like my voice is like, we're done. Because I'm doing a lot of like high stuff. And so I kind of try to keep it like tame the first part of the set, so that way I can like really belt it out for the last few songs. But yeah, around like 9, if we do like one more, then I'm like, let's cut it out. Yeah.
And then, so you said you do grunge, rock. Did you say jazz? No. Okay, well, I don't know where I heard jazz. What was the other one?
It's like a Laurel Canyon, like folk type stuff, kind of.
Okay.
I mostly stick with rock though.
So from jumping around to rock, grunge, and folk, what would you find is the difficulties, and what would you find are the strengths that you encountered through all this?
Well, I know with like rock, I grew up on like bands like Led Zeppelin and like Pink Floyd, The Who. So like I am very riff based. So I would say that if I'm stepping out of my comfort zone, it's kind of difficult for me to like come up with some sort of like catchy melody that doesn't revolve around some sort of rocky riff. So I would say that that's kind of a challenge. But if you kind of like let go of the box, like and get yourself out of it, it comes a little bit easier rather than saying like, I have to write a rock song. Just write whatever comes to you.
And speaking of the box, I feel like the box is the representation of form within artistry. And as an artist, I imagine as a multi-instrumentalist and somebody who can delve in different genres, to understand the form of the music, that must have taken quite some time. So how long has this journey into music been? I don't know if you mentioned the age you started at, but can you give me a little bit of your background?
Yeah. I think I started playing guitar around 17, but as far as like music in general, I started on piano when I would have been about 5. And I stuck with that. And then I started like getting involved with stringed instruments somewhere like in like early high school. I think I played the banjo, but we had this really cool guitarist in the banjo band I was in. And I thought, oh, that'd be kind of cool. And so a few years later, around 17, I started playing guitar. And then shortly after that was when I started Pretty Vacant.
And so after learning the guitar, starting your band Pretty Vacant, what were some of the first obstacles you faced as an artist that you had to overcome?
I would say finding the right people to gel with. You know, finding a really good bandmate is probably the most difficult part because, I mean, you're spending like extended amount of time with these people and you are writing with them, which is kind of like an intimate experience. So you want to like have a good friendship with them, but also keep it business professional. So that was kind of hard for me to like learn. Like, okay, I want to be close with you. I want to hang out with you all the time. But at the same time, I don't want us to like burn out because we're playing together often. So that would be like the biggest obstacle. And then of course, keeping people in or like trying to like fight schedules, figuring out how are we going to tour when all of us have our own thing going on, things like that.
Have you gone on tour before? And if so, where are some of the places you have gone? And what were your favorite moments during those times there?
We went on one tour right before COVID, and we did a couple of shows in New Mexico. I think we did one in Louisiana, and some more like on the outskirts of Texas and stuff. My favorite was definitely New Orleans. That was wild. It was some tiki bar, and it was awesome.
What happened at the tiki bar? What made it awesome? What is something, I guess, as an artist you look for during your performances? Like, what is something that would be like, this made my night? And something in general, I guess, but also I want to hear the tiki story. But
well, I would say like what makes my night is when the audience really gets involved in it. You know, I think it's really rare that you have like a club that like everyone wants to stand up and like, you know, sing along. But when you kind of get the audience involved, if they can see that you're having fun and you kind of manage to bring them in, let them know it's okay to get close to the stage, that's when it's just awesome. And the tiki bar and the show we played right after that in Bryan, we had a great audience. I mean, they were trashed, but they were having the time of their lives, which then turned into like, okay, get on stage with us. It's that kind of stuff. I think audience interaction is definitely what makes the night.
And so going back to the stage fright and now tying that into the audience interactions, I'd imagine since there is a layer of vulnerability as an artist, when you do go up on stage and express yourself and show your true artistry in front of them and those nerves leave and then you have that acceptance from the audience, I'm sure that's a great feeling as an artist, correct?
Yes.
And would you say like that's something that would make it all worth it for you?
Yeah, 100%. It's
Cool. Awesome. Well, I do want to get into what you have coming up next or what people can expect from you. So any upcoming events, tours, or any songs you're working on right now?
I am currently recording a solo album that will be called Sparrows for the solo project I'm working on, which is Rachel Roberts and the Band of Sparrows. And it's a lot of the songs are kind of reminiscent of the Pretty Vacant material. So there's going to be some riff rocky stuff, but then a little bit more laid back, and it'll be a 10-song album. And I'm shooting to release it around October, like mid-October. So, but we're still in the process, early stages, just got the drums laid down and everything. So it's new.
Did you go with the 10-song album specifically so you could perform the 8 to 10 songs?
No, that wasn't planned.
It's just how it works out because that's your flow. Cool. Well, awesome, Rachel. Is there anything that you would want to say to maybe an inspiring artist as encouragement or heads up or just a little tidbit you like to drop for the people? Yeah,
I mean, I would say that being in the music industry and trying to get your name out there is a pain. It really is. But if you stick with it and you just keep banging on the door, it will eventually open. But when it does, take the opportunity. Don't pass it up.
Y'all heard her. So we want y'all to stay consistent, stay at it, don't give up. Consistency is key, and you will succeed. You will find success. And when that success does come and it knocks on the door, what do?
You take it.
Take it. Awesome. Run with it. All right, Rachel, it's been my pleasure. Thank you for coming on CCGO. Bye-bye, cultivators.